Hey, what's up, everybody? So my procrastination earlier today inspired me to make this video. Before I jump into it, if you like the video, if you found this suggestion helpful, please hit the like button. That helps tremendously. And then also, if you're not already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It just helps. I'm hoping that we can continue to grow this channel so more videos like this can reach more people. But I was procrastinating earlier today, like I said, and I had kind of, I guess, like a motto pop up in my head that I've heard before and that I try to apply to my daily life and my recovery. Sometimes I forget. But it is, hopefully I'm not butchering this. Movement does not follow motivation. Motivation follows movement. I don't know where I heard that from. And I don't know, for some it might sound like silly. But for me, I feel like it's pretty profound, and I'll explain why. I think it's so profound because it's like true, or at least in my personal experience, I found that to be true. And so to kind of expand upon what it means, so for a lot of my life, and I'm sure for other people's lives, we've had tasks or obligations that we've been, required to do, and we procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate and put it off until the very last minute, which for me caused a lot of stress and anxiety. And the closer it got to the due date, I would get more stressed and anxious and just completely avoid it. Like in nursing school, I turned in a lot of my assignments like a few days late minimum, sometimes like a week late. They would always dock me points for it. But a few years back, like in my early recovery, I've heard that saying, and I like I said, I try to practice it because I've always waited to be like, okay, I'm just gonna wait until I have the motivation to do it, like the motivation to write a paper, or the motivation, like today's my house chore. My house chore is mowing the lawn. I've been procrastinating on that. So it's like, oh, I'm just going to wait until there's a good time and I feel motivated. But it seems like that time never comes, or it very rarely comes. We always kind of find that motivation lacking. So instead of, waiting for, motivation to strike you to do something, the movement, instead try reversing it. So, if you find yourself kind of in a situation I just described, try getting up and walking. It doesn't have to be anything like super complicated, but it could just be, even if it's like getting up and kind of pacing around your room. What my movement was today that kind of inspired my motivation to not just do my chore that I'm going to do after this, but also make this video, was my room was getting slightly messy. Like I had a bunch of cans of empty sparkling water up on my dresser, and I had some recycle stuff that I needed to take out. So I was just like, okay, well, let me just take care of that. So it just the process of like moving and grabbing it and taking it to the recycle bin outside, just that little amount of movement kind of gave me the motivation to want to continue doing movement, and hence gave me motivation to want to, mow the lawn and do this video. There's other things I need to work on, but those are kind of top priority for today. So yeah, again, it just sounds kind of silly or like really simple, but I really encourage you to give it a try. And like I said, it doesn't have to be like a very intense activity. It doesn't have to even be for that long. Just try getting up, moving, maybe do a little bit of cleaning. If you like exercise, maybe try doing a few push-ups, or if you have weights at home, do a few sets of curls or whatever. And I think many would be surprised to find that that motivation will come to you, either while doing the activity or, right after finishing it. Don't wait for the right time for motivation to strike you to want to do something. You have to kind of stimulate that motivation. And I think movement is a good way to do that. So let me know what you all think. Drop a comment. Like, do you think that's, a cool suggestion? I think it's pretty cool. It's helped me. Hopefully it'll help others. Or, comment if you think it's a crappy suggestion. Give me your thoughts. Or if you give it a try sometime today or whenever you watch this video and it worked for you, please, leave a comment. I would love to hear some feedback and see, like, what other people think and if they've tried it and if it's worked for them. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.